Hey everybody, how's it going? Marcos Viegas from behind the camera for Fight Up TV, being joined with the one and only Adrien Broner. Adrien, it's good to see you again. It's been a few years since I've seen you. Just overall, man, how are you?
Shit, I'm great. I'm great. God is good, man. God is good.
I know your last scheduled fight was supposed to be with Omar Figueroa. You pulled out due to your mental health, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that, man. Like, in terms of dealing with that, how are you on that theme, and what happened behind all that?
You know, a lot went on, but I'm very well past it, and we're back in action, and I'm gonna come and be ready, full effect in February.
What helped you get past it, Adrien? And we're seeing a lot more athletes being more open with that type of stuff now.
A lot of self-preservation, a lot of it got a lot to do with yourself. Once you weed all of the negativity out your life, and you just focus on nothing but the positive, and a lot of positive things start happening, and that's what I did. And right now it's just me, my brother, my coach, and boxing.
What made you realize you had to get to that point where you kind of had to clear house and reshuffle everything?
I mean, when you was living the type of life I was living, when you wake up and you just make sure everybody else is good, and nobody really there to really make sure you straight, but that's a lot of wear and tear. That come with a lot of wear and tear, and once I figured out, I've been told a bunch of times, from my mentors, Al used to say it a lot. Jay Prince told me a lot, and a couple more of my mentors, and they said, you got to make sure you straight first before you make everybody straight. Because I used to roll with 18 to 30 guys, and everybody straight. I made sure everybody's straight. And, I used to always forget about me, and I finally started getting it.
That's just who you are then. Why would you forget about you? I guess that's your nature. I've heard that from people, that you're a very caring guy.
I mean, that's just me though. I give away my last, bro. If I see somebody needed.
Now that you've done this change, how is you and your mentality coming in to this next phase of your boxing career?
It's dangerous, man. The twin that everybody was afraid of, that everybody's scared of, and everybody afraid to call out is definitely been coming back to surface. So February gonna be crazy.
It took a lot of people by surprise, this deal, and you moving over to BLK Prime, this new platform. Tell me a little bit about when they approached you and how the deal came through for you.
Shit, I'm a numbers guy. We gonna just put that out there, and women lie, Sometimes I lie. Even when I'm lying down, sometimes I still lie, But numbers don't. And shit, I got some numbers put in front of me that I couldn't turn down. So that's what happened.
Was it a difficult decision for you to separate yourself from the PBC platform and take this step on your own?
Honestly, I always felt like I was separated. I always felt like, I was always myself. And, even when I was fighting on PBC, or, I always felt like it was just me, They ain't have me in, they ain't, of course they had to put me in the commercials and all that shit. But, when they called for photos, they ain't call me. You know what I mean? So I always felt like I was my own brand, man. You know what I mean? When I got my check, it ain't say PBC on it. I respect them, though. Yeah. I respect them, though.
Well, do you feel, I guess, what's your opinion or your feelings as to why they didn't include you in things, and, I guess your overall thoughts behind that?
Hey, man, look, man, all that shit, man, that's water under the bridge, man, and I ain't the troll for it. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm with BLK Prime now, and we straight.
Your relationship with Al and Steven, I know on Instagram and on Twitter, you'd go. I know some of it was tongue-in-cheek, but how is that relationship with those two?
I mean, it's still good. Yeah. Shit, I mean, at the end of the day, once you take away Showtime, once you take away PBC, once you take away TV, these are regular motherfuckers, man. You know, they wake up in the morning and put their pants on one leg at a time. So, you know, of course, you know, our relationship hadn't changed. You know, I could still pick up the phone and call. You know, they still call.
So it's still a situation where you're in good with them. We don't know what happens in the future, and that door's not closed.
Hey, look, man. I don't know what you're trying to spin us off to be, but I'm 100% BLK Prime, and Al and Steven Espinosa, they my nigga. They cool. We good.
Ivan Redkach was announced as your opponent coming up, I believe, in February. Just overall, you know, what do you think of Ivan? Because I think the last impression fans have was that sparring video that he had with Gervonta, where he kind of got, you know, lit up in that sparring.
Man, I don't look at people sparring. I don't look at people good days. I don't look at people bad days because, you know, they're not gonna come and fight me like that. You know, they're gonna come and fight me totally different. You know, even in their good days and their bad days, they didn't go to that fighting the same. You know, so you know what I do is I just try to make sure I'm well prepared for every fight. You know, and come in and do what I got to do to get the victory.
He's kind of a rough and rugged type of guy. Are you expecting that type of fight from him?
Man, you know where I'm from?
Cincy.
Huh? You tripping? You tie your shoes, man. You tripping?
Well, a lot of people call him like a kind of like a dirty fighter. You know, like I'm just wondering, like, do you think he's gonna?
You know where I'm from, bro. You tripping?
You know, given that you've cleared house, you're mentally well now. You know, what do you want to show fans? What do you want to remind them with this fight?
Just don't miss it, man. I'm gonna put on a great show, and you know, history. I already made history, but history is still being made. So don't miss it.
How much left is there for you? How much is there for you to accomplish? What goals have you envisioned in your mind that you want to go ahead and achieve in this part of your career now?
You know, I've accomplished a lot in boxing, but I think I still have more to do in boxing, and you know, I have personal goals in my life that I want to accomplish as well, and you know, that got a lot to do with boxing as well. So, you know, I'm trying to leave this thing on top.
Could you share some of those goals, Adrien? Are you comfortable with sharing some of those goals?
Oh hell yeah, I'm comfortable, but I ain't sharing. You know, I did enough sharing my whole career. It's time to get a little selfish this time.
Now, with this deal, fans are curious, you know, for how long is it? And what do you make also overall of them able to put on this fight with Terrence here tonight?
Am I getting interviewed or interrogated?
No, I'm not trying to interrogate you.
Because I know how to go about it in them rooms. But, you know, just know the money is real, fellas. The money is real. You know, we ain't living off promises.
Yeah, overall, I think a lot of the fighters in general, the thing has been like dates, like and them being, you know, consistent. And you kind of alluded with like the promises part. You know, I guess overall, what's your opinion on that, on fighters not being able to be active in this age now?
I'm gonna just say this, man. Y'all better wake the fuck up, man, because you know, even you young fighters, y'all sitting out a year, 18 months, 24 months out your prime. Like you don't get them years back. You don't get them years back. So, you know, just wake up and do what's best for y'all. And you know, that's all I'm gonna say. But, you know, there comes a time where it's like, all right, now I fought 18 months ago, and y'all saying I ain't gonna fight till another 9 months? What the fuck is this? Shh. Hell no, y'all gotta wake up, man.
What's going on there? Why is that happening, in your opinion?
Honestly, I can't put a name on it, but somebody bit off a little bit more than they could chew. You know, and you know, that's all it is, because you got guys fighting once every 18 months, every 20. Who gonna stay sharp? Who gonna stay sharp? Boxing is something you got to stay on top of. You got to stay in the gym to stay sharp. You can't just be, okay, I've been out almost 2 years, then I come back and I'm supposed to look how I looked 24 months ago? That's unheard of. That shit don't happen in boxing.
I know you spoke on it a little bit with Steven, but overall, a big fight that a lot of boxing fans wanted to see was Terrence go against Errol Spence. He's fighting here tonight against David Avanesian. But in that situation, given your perspective and your opinion, what do you think went wrong there, and what do you think needs to happen in order for not just that fight, but the big fights we want to see for them to happen?
Man, listen, man. I am a fighter. I'm not a promoter. I'm not a manager. I'm not an advisor. Obviously, some things went wrong, and I'm not the person to say what went wrong. But you can see there's problems there. It's a lot of friction there. And from the outside looking in, anybody can see that shit is fucked up. You know, I don't know what it is, but like I said before, BLK ain't got no problem.
Think we see that fight here?
I think the fight gonna be on BLK.
All right, Adrien. Hey, it's good chatting with you, good seeing with you, and most importantly, I'm glad you're doing okay, man. It's really good to see you happy and smiling.
Man, I just really hope you mean them words.
No, I do. I really do.
All right.